Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys 1/6 scale Batman DC Comics slash Arkham Origins slash also sort of not 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. Today we're taking a look at the Hot Toys exclusive XE Suit Batman Hellbat version. We will talk about what all that means in a second. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. You're heading down to the description. Why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as brand new DC content goes live. There's always a little confusion around Hot Toys, the way they release exclusives. I still don't get it. They probably don't even know why they do what they do, but sometimes they drop day and date, like this one. I reckon there'll be comments saying, how is this possible? It just got announced. Why do you already have it? Well, that's because they released it the day after they announced it, but then we've got other exclusives like Nightwing. We've been waiting years for it, and he's still not out yet, even though he's an exclusive, a limited release, just like this piece. Tell me how that makes sense, because I simply don't get it. For those of you wondering what this is, it's basically a repaint. They've taken the XE suit from Arkham Origins, a fantastic figure, painted it black and red, chucked in a few new sculpted pieces, and called it a day to celebrate Batman Day 2025. I think that's why they released this. If you know otherwise, just let me know. As for the box art, up front, Arkham A, red bat symbol, exclusive foil sticker. There's also some glossy chains in the background, and I dig the metallic red finish. This video is brought to you by JustinsCollection.shop, the home of the figure first aid kit, as well as other accessories to help your collection be the best it can be. The first aid kit contains multiple tools to help you with maintenance, styling rooted hair, and much more. We also sell crotch grabbers, soft rubber tips to prevent damage, and they're compatible with most modern Hot Toys base molds. Acrylic risers come in multi-packs. They're optically clear, thick and sturdy, and stackable. Check out the link to JustinsCollection.shop in the description. Starting to sense a bit of a trend with them repainting their Arkham suits black and red. They did it first with the Arkham Knight suit. They called that Futura Knight. Then we got the actual game-accurate Batman Beyond figure. Now, Hellbat. This is not accurate to the comic book look for Hellbat. This suit did not appear in the game. A modder ported the XE suit to Arkham Knight, then made some mods to it to make it look like the Hellbat armor, but this isn't even accurate to that. The modder in question was pretty mad that Hot Toys released this without giving them credit, but being Hot Toys, them having the license, unfortunately, I don't really think they have to. On the side of the box, we've got this red speckling effect, some techie detail work, another glossy chain, his name in the middle, and two more Arkham A's. There's probably going to be some kind of discussion down in the comment section about who's right or wrong here, whether it's Hot Toys or DC or the modder, because technically they are an artist, yes, using DC IP to make their stuff, but they did sort of come up with this whole XE suit Hellbat design in the first place. That's all I'll say about it. Around the back, warnings and legal information over the top of another big honkin' Arkham A, and we've got some more glossy chains at the bottom. You can flip open this top cover held in place with magnets to reveal some figure photography. I actually really like that piece of artwork. And an open window showcasing the big chonky boy inside the box. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty darn hyped to get this guy out here. The standard XE suit figure was one of their best Batman releases of all time, and now in black and red with the spiky shoulder pads and the visor helmet head sculpt, I do not mind if I do. First in-hand impressions, extremely thick and quite heavy. What we're going to do now is get all of his accessories laid out in the light box and take a closer look at everything he comes with. Which isn't much, is it? No exclusive accessories, no die-cast chains, and considering there were chains all over the box, that's a weird choice. No wings. Hellbat in the comics is known for its wings, and we don't get them. Instead, Starting off with the display base first, this is the only real exclusive accessory to Hellbat, and it's a reused base mold. To make matters worse, it's completely hollow. Batman is heavy, Batman is big. I'm worried that this isn't going to be able to support him in dynamic poses, but that could also not be a problem. It might feel cheap, and it does. At least it looks good. The black perimeter contrasting against the red background for the nameplate, stunning. Then we've got the glossy, fiery looking bat symbol with the lava cracks, they're glossy too, against the heavily textured background. Translucent flight pole, then a height adjustable crotch grabber. I would have gotten over the lack of unique accessories if that base had have had a light up effect. Imagine the bat symbol, the nameplate, the lava cracks all lighting up. That would have been so sick, but it doesn't have a light up effect, unfortunately. We get two of the Arkham batarangs painted in gunmetal with some pops of silver, and they're made of plastic. They also don't fold up, neither one of them. I might sound like I'm being overly harsh, I apologize for that. They've chucked in the Arkham-style grappling gun. We can separate it, remove the hook, remove the front section, but they don't give us any of the other attachments, like the EMP one or different grappling hooks. What you see with this is quite literally what you get. But there's a full array of hands at least, heavily armored, very well detailed with the sculpted mesh sections and the glossy finish for certain bits and the matte in other areas, plus UV reflective paint. So the red does look like it's glowing if you hit it with UV. I don't know anyone who's got UV lamps set up in their collections. If you do, please tell me down in the comments. Also, doesn't it damage your figures? Surely it would. I've always just assumed that's the case. UV is usually not a good thing for figures. The dots on the inside of the palms, they glow as well under UV. These are sort of relaxed open palm hands, more like fingers splayed out ones. Two closed fists, these were installed on him right out of the box. Two cape grabbing / batarang holding hands. And two trigger finger hands, likely meant to be paired up with the grappling gun. What we're going to do now is get the XE suit Hellbat figure himself out here. Standing straight up and down in the light box, no crazy poses or accessories or anything like that. What the hell is this? On paper, nothing about this should work. It's the origin suit in a color scheme that's wildly inaccurate to how the suit appears in the game, with different shoulder pads and a different head sculpt. That's it. Seeing it here, it's not perfect. The cape being one of the biggest flaws about it. It's big, it's 2-ply, it flares out weirdly, the wires don't really help you to get it to sit naturally, but ignoring that, the size of it, the presence that this thing has, exacerbated by the newly sculpted pieces and by the red and black color scheme, I am enamored with how this looks. And I didn't think I was going to be. When I saw the announcement pictures, it was like an eye roll moment. I said to myself, oh my word, I have to review that. But now that I have it, I've given it a chance. I'm thoroughly impressed. Up close and personal, oh my word. This thing is a beast. It could have been a spectacular failure, but I don't think it is. Starting off with the head sculpt, it's a brand new sculpt versus the standard XE suit one, and while this is game accurate and I love it, the Hellbat sculpt, it's way more imposing. We've got the red line work, we've got the red visor, the ears have more of a horn look to them, how they curl up like that, and there's a UV reflective effect for the visor as well as all of the line work, so when you point a UV torch at this sculpt, the visor looks like it's glowing. The only complaint I have with the sculpt is I wish there was a normal light up effect so we didn't just have to rely on that UV torch. We know Hot Toys, they always struggle with capes. XE Suit Batman's cape is serviceable, this one is also serviceable. 2-ply fabric, nylon on the inside, maybe pleather on the outside. It's got that leather grain look to it. I highly doubt this is made of genuine leather. It certainly doesn't smell like it is. It's wired along the outside edges, then for this spine right here, another wire, one in the middle, two more on the other side, 5 wires in total. I wish there were wires along the bottom. The edge is scalloped, so maybe that wouldn't have been possible. There is a bunch more detail to look at underneath the cape for the armor, and when you crunch him forward, even more sculpted and painted detail reveals itself. And the weathering, there's weathering on this piece, there's subtle silver chipping and scratching dotted around the place. It's the pitting effect, it's quite convincing and also pretty subtle. The shoulder pads, man, these are brand new sculpts, they're articulated, they're on hinges, these pistons, they're just there for show, but they look like they mean business. This entire figure looks like it means business. He is monstrously big. When you get this in hand, you will know what I'm talking about. And the spikes are genuinely sharp. The gauntlet fins, they're genuinely sharp. Not to mention how sharp the paint job is. I am so sorry. But the red pinstriping against the black and the grey with the pops of gunmetal and all the weathering, the chrome bat symbol, the shiny metallic visor. Black and red has always been one of my favorite color combos, and now seeing it on the XE suit, I do not mind if I do. But it's not just aesthetics with this mold, it's the engineering. The arms, they're covered in fabric. This is a nylon mesh style material, so it's durable, it's not going to get creased or damaged. And the arms are plugged in separately to the body. They've engineered this like a big action figure. We've got split cuts, and the torso is a separate piece to the legs, so we can articulate him without a fabric suit getting in the way. This might just be peak Hot Toys Batman engineering. On the lines, they're everywhere. They glow when you hit them with the UV torch. It's interesting. They look more orange on camera. In person, they are a very fiery, vibrant red. The belt, sculpted plastic, but slightly adjustable. The buckle has this metallic, dry-looking finish to it, whereas all of the pouches around the back, we actually have an armor plate. They're more of a generic-looking matte finish. Well, there's a little sheen, and there's some speckling, and there's some shading, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're not as reflective as the belt buckle. Pants, that textured nylon material, then we've got the red line work, sculpted plastic thigh armor pieces, but there's wrinkling sculpted in, and some gashes and scratches, more weathering on the knee pads and these bracket/linkage parts, which move around when you articulate his knees. Knee pads on Velcro, so if they pop off, no problem, just pop them right back on. Big, hefty boots. Also, they've simulated the textured fabric through that gap, but it's not the fabric continuing down. This is all one solid sculpted piece. Leather grain texture on the boots, sculpted tread underneath, and these spikes, they're PVC plastic, so if they happen to get caught on something when you're posing him, they should not break off. I'm curious, let's try out some head swaps, see what this guy looks like with some other Batman head sculpts. It's okay. I much prefer the red visor helmet with the rest of this suit. It works in context, whereas this maybe looks a little bit out of place. This is the standard XE suit sculpt. This, the big bat ears, is actually quite cool. The only issue is it's a different size ball joint for the neck connector receiver, so you can't actually connect this onto the body. If you don't care about that, you can use some blue tack to secure it. This is the Batman Beyond head sculpt, also from the Arkham line. Oh, I don't know what kind of monstrosity I've just created, but this is the Batman Beyond body with the Hellbat head sculpt, the visor, the red lines, the wrinkling up top for the furrowed brow look. It might be a hair too big for this body. It is a little bit too big. It sits on the neck connector extremely loosely. It's sitting there with blue tack right now. But something about this look is so badass. I'm tempted to display him like this. This is the Futura Knight head sculpt. It looks almost a little demonic, with the red eyes and the really long ears and the black faceplate. It works, but it kind of doesn't. Let me know what you think of this down in the comments. Oh, it gets better and better. This is beautiful. Futura Knight body. Hellbat head sculpt. It is too big. It's too large on the body. I don't even care about that. In the right pose, this is just going to work. I wish I had multiples of this head sculpt now to upgrade my other red and black suit Batman figures, because this is almost too good not to have in the display. Okay, we've had our fun. I didn't think this head sculpt was going to be as versatile as it turns out that it is. Does it make me happy that there's multiple figures that this head sculpt works with? Yeah, of course. For a quick side-by-side comparison, these two started off life as 95% the same thing. It's always surprising how big of a difference a color swap and a few strategically placed, newly sculpted pieces can make. Black and red, new shoulder pads, new head sculpt, voila, an entirely new figure. Hellbat, on the left, looks completely different to the XE suit Origins figure on the right. The vibe is different. And most importantly, on the shelf, they're not going to look like color-swapped versions of the exact same thing. Whoa, bloody hell, I always forget how tall Batman Beyond is. He is taller than Hellbat, and that's saying something because the Origins XE suit mold is pretty darn gigantic in and of itself. Team Black and Red is shaping up very nicely. Will I be displaying Hellbat next to Batman Beyond and Futura Knight? Oh yeah, you can bet I will be. Is it just me? Or does it almost look like Hellbat is an armored up version of Futura Knight, which now retroactively makes Futura Knight make a lot more sense? They've retconned it for our collections. The chrome bat symbols, the red utility belts, the pops of red in similar places across both pieces. These two, they are going to be inseparable in my collection. Going over articulation, this, if I had to guess, is going to be exactly the same as the regular XE suit from Arkham Origins, so if you already own that piece, a lot of you do, feel free to skip this segment entirely. Starting off with the new head sculpt, double ball peg inside the neck, looking forward to there. Looking up to there before it collides with the back neck armor, so it is pretty restricted. Swivel and a little bit of pivot side to side. Shoulder pads are on hinges, you can bring them out. Arms are plugged in separately to the body, going up to there. Plenty of range for me, given how bulky this guy is, and they go completely flush down by his sides. Good call, making these separate pieces, Hot Toys. Forward and back, butterfly joint at the shoulder that hinges up and down. Swivel at the bicep, double bend at the elbow. It will go past 90, but all of this stuff collides and gets in your way. You'll have to move it round if you need more bend than this, essentially. For the wrist peg, it's a hinge and swivel. This is not as restricted as you would think because the torso is plugged in separately to the legs, so crunching forward is surprisingly good. To there, going back to there. Don't forget to actuate the upper joint as well. Swivel and some pivot side to side. Legs will go forward to there and spring back down because the thigh armor collides with the hips, but you can rotate it to get a little bit more range. Going out to there, swivel at the upper thigh. This stuff is functional. Double bend at the knee, going just past 90, but it really doesn't want to. And double ball pegs for the ankles, good for forward and back, rotation, as well as ankle tilt. Moving on to the 3 cool and 3 annoying things. The first annoying thing, the writing was on the wall here. I bet you'll guess this was coming. The lack of accessories. All we get, 2 batarangs and a grappling gun, not even the attachments for the grappling gun that we got with the other Arkham pieces in the line. For an exclusive, for something as unique as this, Hot Toys, we really needed some special bespoke accessories. The second annoying thing is how can you give us a head sculpt that looks this mean with a visor this big and not have it light up? This head sculpt, every day of the week, should have had a USB-C powered light up effect. It would have looked like $1,000,000. The third annoying thing is the unknown, sort of sus cape material. It feels like pleather. It doesn't smell like leather, that's for sure. There's not enough wires in it. And wings, this does not replace. If you're going Hellbat, you should have included the wings, I think. The first cool thing, say what you will about them maybe borrowing this design from a modder who came up with it first. It's bold, it's out there. I didn't think XC's suit could be repainted, redesigned into anything, but here comes Hot Toys, they proved me wrong. The second cool thing is the mix of different finishes that somehow all work together. We've got the fabric with this mesh-like texture to it, then this dry metallic and flat red, and some gloss bits, and some matte finish sections, as well as the chromey bits for the bat symbol and the visor. The third cool thing, I don't know how to make use of it yet, but it's the UV reflective paint on the line work as well as the visor. I still wish that was a traditional light up, but when the UV hits this thing, it absolutely pops. Wrapping up on maybe one of the wildest swings that Hot Toys have taken in the last 5 years. This is so out there. It's not based on any specific look. It's inspired by the Hellbat armor. It's inspired by the Origins XE suit, but it's neither one of those things. It's a perfect marriage of both. This feels like something that should exist. It's so cool. Screams Todd McFarlane. They've Todd McFarlane the shit out of this. The cool factor is on another level. Yes, it doesn't come with a ton of accessories. Yes, there's no light up effect for the base or the visor. But everything that it excels at, all of the important things that we usually care about, like aesthetics and articulation and engineering and durability, well, maybe except for the cape, but everything else, this guy almost gets 10s across the board. I really don't see a reason not to get this unless you already have multiple other red and black Batman figures in the Arkham line and you've got your fill of that color scheme. If you don't have the Origins XE suit, get this. I highly doubt you are going to regret it. It's got some flaws, but it overcomes them easily, no problem. It has very quickly become one of my new favorite Batman figures in the collection. Now, I got mine at a discount from Pop Collectibles. I've popped a link to their site in the description, along with the discount code Justin's Collection, for 5% off your order if you decide to buy from them. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. You're heading down to the description. Why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.